G'day, Bomber fans. We have got a big couple of days upon us. This is going to be a massive, maybe club-defining little couple of days, depending on what happens. Matt Rosa is going to have all eyes on him as he navigates this. What's going to happen with Zach Merrett? When's the Fiorini trade going to be announced? Have the Bombers turn their attention to a couple of fringe options from contending clubs? Let's chat about it. Here is the deadline day eve trade update. Let's start with Mr. Zach Merrett. So this is now, it's very late. And I think there are quite a few people now that are almost resigned to him staying at the club. That is the vibe I'm getting out of this. Obviously, you know, we've seen how fast things can change in the trade period. I'm not saying a trade's dead. But, you know, yesterday Zach Merrett met with the Essendon officials. He and Tom Petroro met with Brad Scott, Matt Rosa and Craig Votso. And Tom Morris described this meeting and chat as amicable, which coming from Tom Morris it's the nicest thing he's ever had to say about the club, that there was an amicable chat there. But I really think it's interesting because, you know, everyone's been saying throughout this whole saga that he's going to request a trade. It's just a matter of when. First it was supposed to be the Crichton or before the Crichton, then it was after the Crichton, then it was early into the trade period, then it was over the weekend he was going to do it, then on Monday it was definitely going to happen, and now we're at Tuesday. There are less than 2 days left in the trade period and he has yet to request a trade, and that might not seem that important, but what it means is that Essendon really don't have to do anything. Like right now there is a player who, yes, he probably wants out, but he hasn't told the club to trade him away in an official manner, and because of that these clubs haven't even had dialogue between each other yet. Any dialogue that isn't through Tom Petroro, at least. He's kind of playing middleman here. Hawthorn are yet to even officially offer anything yet because they don't actually have an offer at the ready. They're still working on how to package the best deal together for Merrett, and part of that package, by the way, could involve them trading away their current pick 9 for future selections, because that would probably tempt the Bombers a bit more than selections in a draft this year that we've already got a good hand in. And of course you've got news that Hawthorn will not be putting Cam Mackenzie on the table in this deal if it was to get started. That's someone that the club possibly could have been interested in. Now, this is going to continue. Merrett will apparently talk with the Bombers again today, and maybe there will be an official trade request that could start everything up quickly, maybe. But if we're looking at the facts here, you know, Merrett is contracted, yet to request a trade, and with 2 days left in the trade period, it would be very brave to leave it this late. So, yeah, this is going to be an absolute scramble if it was to kick off, and I wonder if Merrett now knows that a trade just won't get done. You know, I won't rule it out completely yet. Hawthorn do like to leave their business late, and they're really good at getting tricky deals done. I remember Tom Barrass last year, they went out of the box a bit to get that one done, but I'm still thinking it just doesn't happen. The question here would be, if it falls through, what now for both these clubs? Because Hawthorn would have gone through a trade period, you know, wanting to contend next year, but they're treading water while the best teams are getting better. Essendon will have missed a golden opportunity at getting a huge boost in their rebuild. I'm firmly of the opinion that if a trade eventuated, both teams would be in a better position for their build. But, you know, even though I'd rather a trade eventuate, I don't think keeping Merrett is a disaster. I'd rather the trade get done, and I don't think Merrett should be captain next year, but he is an ultimate professional. I wouldn't be worried about him underperforming or losing effort next year. He's going to be fine. But yeah, the way I see this, I don't think it's dead, but I just don't see how a trade is going to happen in the next 2 days. I'm sticking by my feeling from the get-go, really, which is that I don't think a trade will come about. CJ Jiath. So Mitch Cleary has flagged him as a late trade prospect. His name is out there now. There's apparently been a mutual understanding between Jiath and the club, Hawthorn, for him to explore his options in 2025. It's a bit late for it, but it is out there now. And the link Cleary made was obviously always going to be Essendon. The timing of this makes a lot of sense. There's now a view that if anyone was to be involved in a Merrett trade, it could be, Henry Hustwaite's there as well, but CJ Jiath as well. He wouldn't be the Bombers' ideal target. He's a very hard runner. You know, there's upside. I doubt he's someone the Bombers come knocking down the door for. The way I see it, like if Merrett is unlikely to get done, Jiath is even more unlikely to get done, because I don't think there'd really be too much interest, you know, separate to the Merrett deal. We don't even really know if the club is properly keen on him yet. I think it's just more likely he gets attention from elsewhere. Brayden Fiorini, this one has really lagged on, hasn't it? There have been so many deals this trade period that have just gone on for so long, and this is why, by the way, you got to make the trade period a week-long event. Like, if you kind of got teams waiting until the last 2 days anyway to get stuff done, and yeah, that's what's happening here with Fiorini. It should be a pretty straightforward deal, but I guess despite it lingering longer, there we go, than expected, everyone is still pretty confident it gets done. Liam Pickering, Fiorini's agent, said it's all about squabbling over picks, and that squabbling is in regards to future selections. The Bombers don't want to give up 20 25 picks for Fiorini. Our latest pick in this draft is 30, which is way too high for him. The Bombers instead offered a future third round pick, but the Suns want picks in this year's draft. So yeah, it's a little bit awkward. There's a situation where Essendon either have to do some pick trading to get something later to send over, or hope the Suns budge and accept that future selection. Whatever happens, we're going to see it unfold very soon. This one really should be getting done today, you would think. Like, the Suns have a lot to do. They need to get a trade done for Fiorini, but also Butterick as well. They're also bringing in Jamari Ugle-Hagan and, of course, Christian Petrarca, which is a massive deal. This Fiorini deal really should be the lowest priority for them. I think they're going to want to get it done as soon as possible. It should be said, by the way, Gold Coast are looking at moving away pick 15. That could well unlock something here as well. The Suns want picks in the 20s. We've got plenty of them. We may give away a bunch of those and bring in pick 15 and Fiorini at the same time. It makes sense, but I think it's more likely we just send across a third rounder for the Gold Coast wingman. It's going to happen. This won't fall through. If the Fiorini deal won't fall through, this Jack Steele deal just doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. So what's happening? St Kilda have told him to explore his options. He has a little bit, and the view is that if a club was to have actually come hard for him and shown interest, maybe he'd think about a fresh start elsewhere, because right now, at St Kilda, he doesn't have a solidified role in the team. His own team is telling him to explore his options. If there was significant interest from elsewhere, maybe he'd think about a move, but no one's really wooed him. The Bombers were interested, but not enough to pursue a trade or force a request out of Steele. It looks like he is staying put. Something might change late, you never know. That's always possible this time of the year, but the whole way through this trade period, this has been a story about a guy who wants to stay at the club. He's barely being chased by a team that doesn't really want to give up heaps to get him. It looks like the Steele deal is dead. I think this one will die out, but you never know. All right, pick swapping. This is going to happen. It might not happen in the next 2 days. It might be in a month's time, but it is definitely going to happen before the draft, and we can probably now point to which clubs we might be looking at swapping with. So those picks in the 20s, they're going to be traded. We're likely going to try and move up the order before settling on picks for our NGA duo. And the club to watch out for in this is Gold Coast. I've mentioned them before. They've got pick 15 and 18 on the table. They want multiple picks in the 20s to get academy bids for their prospects, and we've got that. You've also got Hawthorn and Carlton who want picks in the 20s. Hawthorn don't, but they want to get rid of those first rounders. Sydney, they're going to be looking to move up the those picks in the 10s. So there's a bit more to talk about, not just trading up for pick 1. Like it's more than that. Maybe even taking over Richmond's 3 and 4 to get access to Sullivan Roby. That's something that's been talked about. We should also acknowledge Essendon right now have 4 available list spots before Fiorini comes in. So when he comes in, it's 3, and then you've got to choose if you delist Hobbs, Setterfield, and Lawal. Even if you do all of them, we'd only have 6 available spots for the draft, which it would paint a pretty good picture as to how many players we'd select in the draft. It wouldn't be much more than 5 in the national. You'd want a rookie or room for a train-on or rookie pick as well, and that's why a deal for Merrett is hard to sell this year, because it wouldn't really change our current list management strategy for the year. It's not like we can hoard heaps of early picks to use at the draft. So if we do get picks for Merrett, even what we have now, we're going to go big, but we're going to go big early. We're not going to be bringing heaps in, and that's why we're looking to trade up the order, and that's why I'm pretty confident that will happen. I'd be watching out for us getting our hands on another pick after 5 and 6. I think it'll happen. And to finish off, Essendon have a new, not trade target. I was going to say trade target, but this wouldn't be a trade. I think this is giving off Jackson Pryor vibes. The Bombers are one of a few clubs interested in Geelong midfielder Ted Clohesy. He is out of contract and potentially in the firing line for a possible delisting. And this is interesting because I look at Clohesy and I see him in a similar situation to what our out-of-contract players are in. He may well be kept at Geelong for another year, but if they are to get business done, he could be shown the door, like with Lawal or Setterfield or Hobbs. And he plays the same position as the latter two as well, and he's 21 years old, good age. So maybe this is just another go at getting the best out of a younger player from another team that isn't getting opportunities. I personally think it worked with Jackson Pryor. He provides us solid depth. Maybe it's the same thinking here with Ted Clohesy. If he was to join the club, it would be as a delisted free agent or during the supplemental selection period, like with Jackson Pryor last year. You do also have West Coast interested. They've got an extra rookie space from the AFL, so can promise him more, I guess, security. And Gold Coast are also interested. He has a brother playing with the Suns, Sam Clohesy, so there's a reunion there on the cards potentially. But that is that. That is trade update number 400 done and dusted, and there's probably, a few more to come, even though we've got 2 days left. It's a big day today. Tuesday's a big day, but tomorrow's shaping up to be really interesting. And the Bombers are still involved, yet to complete a trade. Hopefully that happens soon. Cheers for watching, Bomber fans. That is all. Thank you very much. Plenty more to come. Keep tracking along with the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Track along with all these videos. There's a lot to update you guys on. Like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, go Bombers.